Ah, the famous car of Talad Noi. This area was famous for opium dens, whorehouses and gambling dens. There's a cat's bollocks here. I'm in a place where they speak 5 different dialects of ancient Chinese, an area full of history, mystery, stories and surprises around every corner. This is one of Bangkok's oldest neighbourhoods. Welcome to Talad Noi. Talad Noi is one of the original Chinese settlements dating back to the 19th century during the Ratchawong era. It was just an extension originally of Sampeng Market, and the local Chinese had a name for the area which was Talagia. That translates into Thai as Talad Noi. You may well hear me refer to Talad Noi as a district, when actually it's a sub-district of the district of Sampantawang. This canal here, the Phadung Krung Kasem, runs along the northern edge of Talad Noi, and I've got a quick bite-sized piece of history all about it. So a quick bit of history on this canal, and it was dug in 1852 during the King Rama IV era. It's only 5.5 kilometres long, so it's pretty short by Bangkok Canal standards. Each end of it meets the river, and it was a vital trade route in the 19th century, so boats could pass through this part of the city, around the back of warehouses, shops and different businesses and markets, picking up their goods and then exiting again at the river. This area was famous for opium dens, whorehouses and gambling dens, and Zombie Alley is probably the most famous street in the area where there was the highest concentration of opium addicts, and they were wandering around like zombies, hence the name. Anyway, opium itself was outlawed in 1959 in Thailand, and there was a ritual in Sanam Luang where they burnt a lot of opium pipes and drug-taking paraphernalia. Anyway, let's take a walk and see what it's like now. Not many traces of the past at all. Not quite sure what I was expecting to find, to be honest, but it's been a long time, many years since the days of the opium dens and the whorehouses and the gambling dens. But that's not the only soi around here that had all those things. It was well known that this area was rife with a lot of clandestine activity, as I would call it. Anyway, at least I can say I've been down Zombie Alley now, and so have you. Automotive spare parts are big business in Talad Noi. They get bought, sold, manufactured and reconditioned down these streets. We're going to take a walk down Soi Wanit 2, where it all started after World War II. As soon as I walked into this soi, I was hit by the smell that just seems to hang in the air all the way down this street. And that is cellulose paint, engine oil, car exhaust, bike exhaust, street food and cat pee all mixed together. So it definitely hasn't let us down so far. So to mark the end of Soi Wanit 2, there's a mechanically themed sculpture in the middle of the square here. And there are two historic buildings. There's Rosary Church just through here, and I managed to get a couple of pictures just before they closed the gates. And this dates back to 1781. It's also known as the Holy Rosary Church, built by Portuguese settlers in 1781. And the current building you see now was renovated in the late 19th century. Just a few metres down from the Holy Rosary Church, this is the Siam Commercial Bank building, the first ever one. The original Italian Baroque design architecture makes it particularly stunning. It was renovated completely in 1988, and unfortunately the closing time of 4:30 hasn't exactly fitted my schedule coming here to shoot this. So Google once again have provided some fantastic photos. Soi 24 comes out in front of the Riverside Arts and Antiques Mall, I suppose you can call it. And what I said earlier about Soi Wanit 2 finishing at the Marine Department, I was wrong. It does continue a little bit and meets Soi 24 here. That's where it ends. Soi 24 continues that way and goes over the bridge of the Krung, Phadung, Krung, Kasem Canal, just before that canal meets the river. This is the very busy Siphraya Pier, where there are ferries going across to Icon Siam and Klong San. And just up here you've got dinner cruise boats leaving from in front of the River City Mall. And just behind me here, in front of the Sheraton Hotel, which by the way looks pretty spectacular, this is where the Krung, Phadung, Krung Kasem Canal meets the river. And I think it's a pretty anticlimactic ending for such a historic canal. Well, you never know when you're going to get a cat fight on camera, and that's the first time for me. So on this side of the wall you've got pictures going all the way back. Not sure if it's just an exhibition or are these for sale, but interestingly there's a cat's bollocks here. So this is the famous Rong Guak Shrine, and there's a proper name for it, which is the Chao Rong Guak Shrine. It contains the image of Wong Gung, which arrived in Bangkok from China during the Ratchawong era. King Rama V had that image put in a building on this site here, not that one. The building that you see now was rebuilt in 1888. So I've been doing my research and I realised that this alleyway behind me here is one of the most Instagrammable areas in the city at the moment. It's quite trendy. So we're going to head down there, see what's around and see what exactly constitutes the ideal Instagram spot. The famous car of Talad Noi. If you search Talad Noi on Google and click images, don't do it now, wait till the video's finished. I guarantee half the pictures will be of this car. And at some point in history, someone parked it there and never returned. And I think they would be due a lot of royalties by now. Well, the original name of this temple was Wat Sam Chin, which is the Temple of the Three Chinese. And that's a nod to the three Chinese businessmen who donated the money to have it built back in 1832. Its name was changed in 1939 to Wat Tramit. There's another longer name as well in the title, but when I put it on the screen, you'll see why I'm not even going to bother to try and pronounce it. Anyway, it's famous for having a giant 5.5-ton Buddha statue on display, and there was a very interesting story behind that. When I saw Soi Wanit Road on the map, I assumed it meant the street with two temples, but it goes to show you can never master the Thai language completely. Not that I've even mastered it in the slightest anyway, but Soi Wanit literally means the king's drawing, and this street is named after a sketch of the route that King Rama V drew when they were planning this street. Anyway, I know it goes as far as Ratchawong, but we're going to take a walk along here and see what's interesting. In 1892, King Rama V had this road built to expand Chinatown after the Great Fire of Sampeng. This street's location parallel to the river meant that any businesses sending goods around Asia by boat had access to ports directly onto the river. I just thought I would stop here quickly. We're almost at Krung Road, but when I was walking through here the other day, I bumped into three guys who are staying here at the Old Simple Cafe. It's an old soy sauce factory. It used to be a popular place to hang out. Now these guys are turning it into their own creative art space, and I had a good chat with them. Nice guys, they know the channel as well. And hopefully by the time this video is uploaded, I'll have some links to put in the description so you can see some of their work. I'm about 100 meters from Holompong station. It's just over there, I can see it. I'm not going to take any photos of it for this video because I think we've had enough of that place over the last couple of months. I think it's 3 videos I've featured that station. And by the way, it's not going to close, which is great. Anyway, this is Soi Kao Lam, and they have some pretty delicious smelling street food action along here in the evenings. So let's walk along there and see what's cooking. Well, I hope you've enjoyed this look around Talad Noi, an area full of history and mystery. And if you've made it to the end of this video, I've got to say thank you very much. If you haven't already subscribed, please do so. If you want to support me by buying me a coffee, that'd be fantastic. Or if you want to join the channel and become a member, that'd be great as well. Anyway, until the next video, I will see you soon.